Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. It is a sweltering hot day here in Ohio, and I really didn't want to be outside. Had my normal Wednesday plans got canceled, so I decided I was going to use this extra free time to come on here and go ahead and record the Cancer season vibes, pick a card for you guys, or pick a pile. And just to be clear, this is not just for Cancer signs or water signs. This is a pick a pile for everybody, and you can watch them all and see what resonates, of course. But we are going to look at the Water Sign Vibes Oracle deck created by me, and of course, my cats are going, excuse my language, batshit crazy. Like right as I start to record my video, it was complete silence, and now they're running around and attacking each other. And as you can see, little Miss Callie is back here hiding, so that's always fun, right? I could start over, but I figure apparently somebody needed the humor and the entertainment today, so we're just gonna roll with it and see how far they take it tonight. Anyway, as I was saying, this video is for everyone, not just for water signs or Cancer signs. This Water Sign Vibes deck that's created by me, along with the other element decks, it's intended to look at characteristics and traits associated with the applicable element that we're dealing with. So just because you may not be a water sign, obviously you could still, as a person, portray some of these energies and have some of these things affecting you during this season. So the intention of this is to figure out which water sign vibe is going to be relevant in your life or prevalent in your life, or something that you either within yourself need to work on, something that's affecting you. It's really all about an energy that you may need to work with or you may be faced with. So again, you may want to watch all three and just see if which ones resonate. Take what resonates, toss the rest. I will timestamp these, and I will list all of the decks that I'm using. The two of the decks are by me, the Water Sign Vibes and the Animal Totem Affirmations Oracle is one that we're going to wrap up with. And so I don't want to forget, I did pull out all of the animals that are associated with either the ocean or they live in the water or are somehow tied to the water. As you will see, all of the decks that I'm using today do have a water theme associated with them, so it's a lot of fun. You guys can see I am ready to embrace this energy coming in. I've got this like flowy long like gypsy thing going on. I wanted to wear the moon necklace. I've got the nails, the blue. I'm all about it. I'm just feeling it. Gemini season, I feel like is going out with a bang with this full moon in Sagittarius energy that we're still in now. So you've got the air fueling the fire. You've got, the pressure to really take things to the next level, to cut out, free yourself from the chains of the past. That's the post that I wrote about on my Instagram, on my Facebook. If you didn't see that, you may want to check that out. But that's sort of the energy we're dealing with. So it's going out kind of with a cutting, bringing, things up in flames, right? So it can be pretty intense. So Cancer season starts on June 21st, next week, and it's also the same day as the summer solstice. I don't know that that's always the case. I feel like it may not always line up that way. I'm not for sure. Don't take my word for that. But I feel like this year that's an extra special thing that's going on. And I feel like Cancer season, you get that water energy, which is a little bit calmer, right, than the air and the fire that we're talking about. But at the same time, Cancer is a very intense energy. They're, known to be moody. They're known to be defensive. They have a shell around them, and it's also, fueled by the emotions, right? The water signs are emotions. So, some of depending on the celestial lineups we have coming, with whatever the moons are, the new moons and the full moons that are coming, I'm sure I'll be talking about that, in future videos. But, it can be very intense, not just for water signs or Cancer signs, but for everyone in the collective. But, what I love about this time of year is, Cancer is is associated with the archetype of the Chariot in Tarot. So, which is interesting because, it's, part of the season is in July, and that's, the 7th month. You've got the Chariot, which is number 7. There's just this things really shift a lot, especially with our emotions, especially with things that have maybe been hidden, things that, we try to hide or we try to suppress. We're really being urged to bring that out. And, that ushers in Leo season next in August, and the 8/8 Lion's Gate. So it's just a very, very, very powerful time of year. So, without further ado, guys, I will get started with the pick a pile. So first off, number 1 is going to be the skull, and you will notice these all have sort of a water sign vibe to them as well. I believe this is Larimar. It's one of my favorite crystals. It's just very got a very peaceful energy to it. And then we've got the heart. I'm probably going to butcher the name, but I think it's pronounced Trollite or Trollite. So we've got the heart. If you want to choose that one, that's number 2. And then this one, I believe this one is actually a polished Larimar, but I could be wrong. It might actually be, I'm totally blanking on it, Amazonite, possibly. There's some that are very, very similar, but it's got a little bit of a darker energy. But I just love this because it reminds me of the ocean in Australia, where I went a few years ago. So, all right, we are going to timestamp and get started on these. So, if you chose number 1, and that again was the skull, we are gonna see what we've got going here. But I pre-shuffled these, but I have not seen the cards, so you guys know, if you've watched my other videos, that sometimes it takes me a few minutes to kind of, it feels like minutes, but seconds to kind of just pull all the messages together. Wow. And I do have decks here, so I may pull some clarifiers if need be. Let's see what we got here. And in some cases, there'll be, multiple cards that come out for the Say deck. Okay. So I'm getting a couple of messages here. So the water sign vibe that is coming out for group 1 is nurturing, which is absolutely beautiful. And you can see that this woman is pregnant, so that may or may not have significance for you. You yourself could be expecting, you could be a mother, it could be mother issues you need to deal with, or if any of you are, if that's not the case, it could be, if you're masculine, the mother of your child or the potential mother of your child. But what I'm picking up on first is, I feel like you've had this fantasy. I'm getting definitely, and again, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, but I'm getting, this is more of a message geared towards a masculine energy, because we've got, from this deck, we've got the sea goddess Enigma, and we've got the 7 of Cups. And to me, this is about fantasy. 7 of Cups is about opportunities that are there, but also fantasies. And I feel like perhaps due to wounds that you have, there's been this person that maybe you've had a lot of opportunities. You've had a lot of, and take this again, this could be definitely, for a woman as well, but there's something out there that it's something that you fantasized about, right? It's but you've turned your back on it. You've looked at all these other opportunities, and not turned around and like this cup is glowing, this cup is wanting to nourish you and nurture you, but you've turned your back. And what I'm getting is that there's been just a lot, perhaps not letting go of ex relationships or fears or wounds from the past. This could be, again, too, I'm picking up somewhat too that this could be the nurturing aspect, could be that you didn't have nurturing. You have mother wounds that you need to heal. And so we'll get to that in a moment. But the two cards that came out from the Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle were time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. So that's like clearly tied, showing here right in the tarot card clarifier that, you're focusing on the old, and this like magical opportunity is right there waiting, but you have to let go of the past. Like whatever you've been doing, and I'm getting, picking up on relationship here. We'll get to that in a moment, more on that. But you have this magic right here, and all you have to do is turn around. But it's like you've been afraid to move on from the past because it feels safe. Maybe it's like there is a nurturing aspect there. There is a safeness. You know what you're getting, but yet like there's this sea goddess vibe, this enigma, this thing that's like haunting you. I'm getting this image of like something is haunting you. But what we've got coming through is alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now. Every project you begin turns to gold. So it's like almost like freeing yourself from these chains. It's interesting because this is not the same deck, obviously, but it's like this person finally lifts herself up out of the depths of this and all these choices, and is choosing what it is she's been trying to create all along. She embraces it. So from the whispers of the ocean, we've got childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So that's why I'm getting childlike devotion, embrace and love who you are, is that perhaps, again, you didn't get that nurturing as a child, and you still have some healing to do and some self-love, because you keep cycling and going back to people who maybe aren't treating you right, or aren't long-term the things you want, but it's just they feel safe. And you've got to ask yourself, why are you staying in this situation? And more often than not, it comes down to it's a safety issue, and it's a feeling like, okay, I'm safe, I'm secure, I know what to expect here. Even if it's not great and it's not what I want, I know what I'm getting. I know that, I know what to expect every day. And there's not that fear of opening yourself up to something different, to the unknown, right? But that is like a wound. That insecurity and that fear is a wound I'm getting. And so what I'm feeling for you during this, the upcoming Cancer season, June, July, is to nurture yourself and to, take the steps forward to manifest, to alchemize the things it is that you want. You need to move on from the old things and the old ways of being that weren't working for you, and stop fantasizing and actually take action to move your life forward, because I feel like you're really, really feeling almost like the pressure. It's like propelling you to the surface, right? I feel like she's being pushed to like explore new territory here. So from your animal totem affirmation, we've got starfish. I realize that fated relationships may not last forever, as they are often intended to be stepping stones on one's path leading to growth and expansion. I mean, you guys, you can't make this stuff up. An 8-1 adds up to a 9. A 9 is kind of about that self-awareness, that self-love, and ending things that, taking that step. 9 is, almost to the 10, which is completion. It's about, like these relationships have been meaningful and it's hard to let go. and yeah, it was fated, but it was fated because it's a stepping stone. It's led to your growth. It's led to who you are now. It's led you um, to alchemize and bring in this amazing opportunity. But it's at the point where you've got to let these other cups go so that the cup that you want can come forward into your life. So that's really, really beautiful, guys. If you want to look into your specific situation and schedule an appointment with me, that information is down below. So we are going to move on now to number 2, which is the heart. And we are going to see which water sign vibe is affecting you. Okay. You guys had a lot of carbs. I guess I'm hungry. I need to make dinner, right? Cards that wanted to come out in this one, because we had 2 from the Mystic Moon deck and 2 from the tarot. Wow. Wow. This is absolutely beautiful. This is so. First of all, if you didn't watch number 1, you may want to do that. I think you would get some benefit from those messages. However, I feel like this one is stronger as far as the energy I'm picking up on, with the pull of the cup that you've been desiring. So for the water sign vibe, we've got sentimental. So as you can see, this old woman is looking at her wedding photos, and she's reminiscing about the past. So I'm getting that you've got some memories coming up, you've got some experiences coming up. I feel like there are things that you wish that you could experience again in your life, and I'm getting definitely it's tied to a romantic situation, somebody that you can't get out of your head, somebody that it's because we've got the siren, which is spellbound, and we've got the low tide, which is magnetic pull. So it's almost like this, there's like just this, it's like what I'm getting is like the energy is so strong, it's like a magnet between you. So there's been this like push pull, and it's almost like you feel like you're under their spell. And so it's like, while it's mesmerizing, it's terrifying at the same time. And so it's something that never came to fruition because of the intensity of the energy. And it's especially telling, guys, that, if you chose the heart, it's something that really, like, I'm getting that maybe you never opened your heart to this person, and that's like why there's this sentimental energy, because it being Cancer season, and Cancers are very guarded at times. You or the other person that you were dealing with in the situation, I don't think ever professed feelings, and so there's a lot now of looking back and saying, if only I had said this or did that. That you want to do things differently. And I think what I would say is, like, if I'm picking up on regret, that it's important to affirm to yourself that you should never have regrets, because everything is about divine timing. Everything is about lessons. Everything is about energy and the pull, right? If things were, you were being repelled by this person, the energy was too strong, it wasn't in balance, it wasn't time, it wasn't the time to open yourself up, it wasn't the time for this to come together. So what I am getting, though, this is just absolutely, I was just like, whoa, with these cards. You've got the Magician here as your tarot card. The Magician is about manifesting what it is you want, right? And I feel like there's been a long period of healing here that's been going on, where we had 2 tarot cards come out. 4 of Swords is about healing, where things were on ice. We've got this this mermaid, she's like in this coffin, and she's like frozen, and all these animals are around her. So it's like you really may have like taken a step back and taken time to connect with nature, taken time to connect with yourself, really went inward into like a hermit mode. But what I'm getting now is like, it's your time. This is the time to come out of the energy of regret, to come out of the energy of, if I would have, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. And you know, it's like time to be powerful. We've got this empowerment energy with the Magician. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. It's safe for you now to thaw out, to thaw out of this, right? To thaw out your heart, to open your heart. If the situation, if when the situation presents itself. Again, you guys know I've said this before, the energies can shift and change on a dime. But I'm getting very strongly with this one that, and you'll see why in a minute, that there's a conclusion coming to something, to this situation. And if it is something that you want, you need to put that out there to the universe and manifest it. You've got, for the Whispers of the Ocean card, single-mindedness, choose your own path and what is best suited to you. So I don't know if you're worried about if there was an issue maybe with people judging you for some reason in this situation, or if perhaps you're kind of starting to go with your own flow, go with your own desires, and like break away from kind of maybe some, following your own path, right? Breaking away from all these other, it could be friends, it could be situations that just aren't serving you anymore. And it's like, you want to change your life and you don't want to be living the same lifestyle that you were. And it's time for you to choose your own path. And 1 and 4 is a 5. It adds up to a 5, and 5 is about change. And it can, 5, it's a difficult change, often. But, what you're starting to know what is best suited for you and what you want your life to look like. And it isn't necessarily, that's definitely not what it looked like in the past. So you may have, the sentimental too could be coming up for you, that you're feeling this shift, like you're breaking away from your old self and your own, like the patterns, the friends, like the things that you used to do, and you kind of long for that. And I've definitely been through that myself recently. It's not hard to go through a death and rebirth stage, like when you know that certain things aren't good for you, and that you don't want to do them anymore, but yet you do miss the old days, you do miss those fun times, but you create your own new path. And if those people are meant to join you on that path, they'll follow you. Yeah, your vibration shifts, theirs will if it's meant to, and they will be there with you. And what I think is so beautiful, and why I was saying, obviously the magnetic pull and the spellbound, for the animal totem affirmation, we've got the swan. And I'm telling you guys, yeah, I know I pulled out the water, the animals that are tied to water, from my deck and shuffled from those, but not all of those are related to this type of a concept, trust me. So 8-2 adds up to a 10, which is where I was getting with the completion of something that didn't come to fruition in the past. I am ready to face my mirror soul, and I open my heart to give and receive divine unconditional love. So this is the affirmation that, if this is resonating for you, the affirmation that you would be saying. And what was I just saying earlier, guys? Talking about if you chose the heart, this where I was getting that maybe your heart was frozen, you were like guarded, you weren't, and you were taking this time to heal, but now you're feeling empowered, and now I feel like you know what it is you want. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity during Cancer seasons, June, July, sometime, for you to, reconnect with this person, or to meet the person. Let's just say you've been feeling somebody's energy, but they haven't manifested into your life yet, and you've been working on that. I feel like it's absolutely possible that you're going to attract this person into your life. Swans mate for life. And, this says, I'm ready to face my mirror soul. And mirror soul is so tied to the magnetic pull, guys, like that type of a deep soul bond where you trigger each other, where, you know, it's you know, triggered this period of healing and separation and brought about this sentimental energy. But again, with the empowerment and the magician and choosing your path, if that's the path that you want to go down, there's definitely opportunity, and there will be opportunity for you to, you know, and you'll know the right time. Don't force things. I feel like things will just flow and you'll know in that moment. But again, the affirmation, I am ready to face my mirror soul, and I open my heart to give and receive divine unconditional love. It is just so beautiful, guys. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you chose number 2, again, you may want to check number 1. I think there were some messages that would resonate for you there as well. All right, so now we are going to move on to number 3. And we are going to see what water sign vibe is affecting you now. Ooh, let's see what we got. So what I'm getting is you or the person that you've been dealing with has been, you've been sensing that something is brewing. There's secretive energy going on, or maybe they've like withdrawn emotionally from you. They're hiding something. You know, unfortunately, coupled with this, we've got Poseidon storms ahead. So something is brewing, and your intuition is correct on that. Because this says, yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. But what I'm getting is, this is, even though it may, you know, initially not be, you know, when we've got storms, right? It might be a negative thing that happens. It's ultimately clearing the excess from your life. You're entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it's in your physical body or your physical space. What I'm getting is it's clearing away something that no longer serves. You know, if something, you know, if somebody's being secretive, if your intuition is correct, that, you know, and there's storms ahead, it could be like a conflict situation coming up, but in the long run, it's bringing things to the surface that need to come to the surface. But what we have for the clarifying tarot is the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is, you know, be sure, you know, what I'm getting from the Four of Cups is, don't focus on, you know, what has transpired with regret, because all of it was for your highest and greatest good, as far as lessons, as far as growth, as far as expansion. And, you know, you can see this guy is like drowning his sorrows in a bottle, and, you know, focusing on the cups that he had and that he wishes he had. But you can see out here, there's somebody caring, there's somebody who's not hiding under the surface, somebody who wants to present a cup, but he's so stuck on the past that he can't move forward, right? And so what I'm getting here is that this is a time, you know, to focus on self-love. And perhaps, you know, this person didn't love you properly, because you are supposed to learn how to love yourself. Like this experience is teaching you how to love yourself and what it is that you want and deserve in a partner. The Page of Pentacles being here, this is actually, I mean, look how beautiful this card is, right? Although this is some darker energy we have with the storms ahead, with the secretive, with the Four of Cups. This is what, you know, it's like leading to something magical, and it's opening doors for you, even though you don't see it yet. Pages are about news. But it's like, for me, the image I'm getting is, you know, storms. What happens a lot of times after storms? You have a rainbow. And there's a saying, I don't know if I'm gonna convey it correctly, but I think it's something like the soul would have no rainbows if the eyes had cried no tears, right? So, you know, if you're getting a vibe from somebody that, again, they're being secretive, there's something, you know, could be brewing with them, you know, it may be best for you to confront them sooner rather than later, because the sooner that you clear something out of your life that's not meant to stay, the sooner you can heal, you can focus on self-love, and you can bring in, you know, this gold. I mean, look how shimmering and beautiful, and there's fairies. It's like, you know, starting fresh, starting with a, you know, a new perspective, and bringing in just this, look, this vibrant light. I mean, there's white light emanating. You know, you've just got to recognize and that this is coming for you. You can't stay stuck in this energy. You can't stay stuck in lamenting the past. It's important to heal, yes, but what I'm getting to, if you were drawn to this one, it's like a whole new world awaits you. Like, this looks like the earth, right? A whole new world awaits you, but you've got to focus on you and your own energy and your own love of yourself. For the animal totem affirmation, we have dolphin. I am carefree and focused on self-love. I am carefree and focused on self-love. Look at this dolphin, right? Isn't it better to be in your own energy and loving yourself than being with somebody who's keeping secrets from you and who's, you know, not giving you the emotional support and the love that you want and deserve? So, you know, although it could be turbulent and sad, once you clear that, you know, that negative vibration from you, from your life, right, you are going to be happier. And so maybe that's what some of your intuition was about too. It's like, am I supposed to move on? Am I going to be happier? You know, in you know, letting go and clearing this person out. And that is yes, that is the answer, is yes too. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. These ended up being a little bit shorter than I anticipated, but I think that's probably okay. People are busy. If you would like to look into your specific situation, again, you can contact me to schedule an appointment. I do offer live sessions, but I also have some more economical options where I can do pre-recorded videos for you. I can also answer questions, give you some guidance, just pulling a couple of cards and sending you an email or a message if you would like something quick and more affordable. So again, you can visit my website for that information down below. Thank you so much. Take care.